Hi, this is Jay. Welcome to Bright Ideas.
Here is the history of special education. 1902. The interest to educate Filipino children with disabilities was expressed. 1907. Special program formally started in the country. 1926. The Philippine Association for the Deaf, or the PAD, was founded. 1927. The government established the Wilfreville Children's Village in Mandaluyong, Rizal. And 1936, Maria Villa Francisco was appointed as the first Filipino principal of the School of the Deaf. 1945, the National Orthopedic Hospital opened its School for Crippled Children, or NOHSCC. 1949, the Quezon City Science High School for Gifted Students was inaugurated. Also, the Philippine Foundation for the Rehabilitation of the Disabled, or PERD, was organized. 1950, the PAD opened a school for children with hearing impairment. 1954, the first week of August was declared as Sight Saving Week, and 1955, members of the Lodge Number 761 of the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks organized the Elks Cerebral Palsy Project Incorporated. 1956, the first Summer Institute on Teaching the Deaf was held at the School for the Deaf and the Blind in Pasay City. 1957, the Bureau of Public Schools, or BPS, created the Special Education section of the Special Subjects and Services Division. 1958, the American Foundation for Overseas Blind, or AFOB, opened its regional offices in Manila. 1960, some private colleges and universities started to offer special education courses in the graduate school curriculum. And 1962, the Manila Youth and Rehabilitation was opened. DAC issued Circular Number 11 that specified the qualifications of special education teachers, commenced the training of DAC teacher scholars at the University of the Philippines. 1963. With the approval of RA number 3562, the training of DEC teacher scholars for blind children started at the Philippine Normal College. 1964. The Quezon City School Division followed suit with the establishment of the Quezon City Science High School for gifted students. 1965. Start of the training program for school administrators on the organization, administration, and supervision of special education classes. 1967. The National Committee on Special Education, General Number 213, regulating the sites of special education for maximum effectiveness, was organized and issued. In 1968, the Teacher Training Program for teachers of exceptional children was held at the Philippine Normal College for the next 10 years. 1969. Classes for socially maladjusted children were organized. The training of teachers with behavior problems started at the University of the Philippines. 1971. DAC issued a memorandum on duties of the special education teacher for the blind. 1973. The Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court of Manila established the Tahanan Special School for socially maladjusted children and youth. 1974. The first national conference on the rehabilitation of the disabled was held at the Social Security Building, Quezon City. And 1975, the Special Education Station was divided into two: Special Unit of the MEC and Special Education Unit of the MEC Capital Region in Quezon City. 1976. Proclamation 1905 declared 1977 and 1987 as the decade of the Filipino child, and the National Plan for Education for Exceptional Children was promulgated. 1977. MEC issued Department Order Number 10 that designated regional and division supervisors of special education program. 1978 marked the creation of the National Commission Concerning Disabled Persons, or NCCDP. 1979, the Bureau of Elementary Education Special Education Unit conducted a 2-year nationwide survey of unidentified exceptional children who were in school. And 1980, the School for Crippled at the Southern Island Hospital in Cebu City was organized. 1981, the United Nations Assembly proclaimed the observance of the International Year of Disabled Persons. 1982, the special schools were opened. The Cebu State College Special High School for the Deaf, the Station Special Education Center, and the St. John Maria de Vianney Special Education Learning Center. 1990, the Philippine Institute for the Deaf, or PID, an oral school for children with hearing impairment, was established. 1992, the summer training for teachers of the visually impaired started at the Philippine National University. In 1993, DAX issued Order Number 14 that directed regional offices to organize a Regional Special Education Council, or RSEC. 1996, the third week of January was declared as Autism Consciousness Week. 1997, DAX Order Number 1 was issued, which directed the organization of a regional special education unit at the designation of a regional supervisor for special education. 1998, DEX Order Number 5, reclassification of regular teacher and principal items to special education teacher and special schools and principal item. 1999, the PhilSpada National Sports Competition for the Disabled in Cebu City took place. Exemption of physically handicapped from taking the National Elementary Achievement Test and the National Secondary Aptitude Test. Also, the strengthening of special education programs for the gifted in the public school system. Search for the most outstanding special education teacher for the gifted.